You know that feeling, right? You type a few words into a box, and just seconds later, boom, a stunning, totally original image appears. It feels like straight up magic. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how that magic trick works. Let's dive in.
All right, so this is the central mystery, isn't it? How on earth does a machine take a simple phrase, something like a picture of a village, and turn it into this incredibly detailed, complex, and honestly beautiful image? It's a super fascinating process, and we're about to break it all down.
Okay, so this whole magical process really comes down to 4 key steps. First, the AI has to go to school, basically. Then it has to figure out what you actually want. After that, it literally creates something out of nothing. And finally, it shows you what it made. So let's take a look at each of these steps.
All right, first up, how the AI learns. See, before an AI can create anything, it has to learn. This is the all-important training phase. You can think of it like building a visual brain from scratch, teaching it to see and understand the world, kind of like we do. And when we say it learns, we're not talking about a couple of flashcards. No, no. We are talking about the AI analyzing millions, literally millions, of images and their text descriptions from all over the internet. It's building this just unbelievably massive library of visual knowledge. So this gigantic collection of pictures and words, that's what we call training data. And what's really important to get here is that the AI isn't just memorizing these pictures. It's learning the relationship between words and what they look like. It's figuring out that the word dog can connect to millions of different images of all kinds of dogs. And this is where it gets really smart. The AI figures out that a word like village isn't just one static picture. Nope. It's a whole bundle of concepts, things like mountains, stone houses, maybe some green paths. It's building this huge, complicated web of associations, honestly, a lot like how our own brains connect ideas. Okay, so the AI has its visual brain. It's been trained. Now what? Well, now it's your turn. You give it a command, what everyone calls a prompt. And the AI's job is to figure out what your words mean and turn them into a concrete plan. So when you type in your prompt, say a picture of a village, the AI isn't just doing a simple image search. Not at all. It's way more like a director creating a blueprint for a movie scene. It's analyzing your keywords, identifying all the related objects and concepts it learned, and then planning out the whole composition. Now for the really cool part. The blueprint is ready, so it's time to actually make the image. This is where a process called diffusion comes into play, and it's basically a method for creating something beautiful out of pure chaos. So you might think it starts with a blank canvas, right? But it doesn't. It actually starts with just noise, a screen full of random, staticky pixels, exactly like the snow on an old TV set when there's no signal. Then, using that blueprint it made from your prompt, the AI gets to work. It starts refining that noise, step by step. It's like it's sculpting the static, slowly and carefully cleaning up the pixels and pulling a real image out of all that randomness.
And after a whole bunch of these refinement steps, the chaos just melts away. What's left is a clear, detailed image. There's your village. It wasn't taken with a camera. It was literally born from digital static, guided by your words.
So the AI has done the hard work and created an image, but we're not quite done. The final step is the grand reveal, where the AI presents you with its creations, basically turning your screen into your very own private art gallery. And there are 2 things here that are just mind-blowing. First is the speed. This whole process we just talked about, it happens in a matter of seconds. And second, it doesn't just give you one option. Oh no, it gives you multiple versions to pick from. So why bother with all these different versions? Well, it's all about putting you in control. It gives you creative choice. You get to see different ways the AI interpreted your prompt, which can spark totally new ideas. You are in the driver's seat. And that's it. That's the whole journey, from your words to a finished piece of art. It's an incredible technology that's getting better at a wild pace. And it leaves us with a really big question to think about. If an AI can create art, what does it even mean to be an artist anymore?